27 points. Look, we said this at the outset of our show when we got on the air tonight. The Bucks are 29-11. I mean, this is a Rockets team that's been scoring at will, playing really well. They are really, I think, putting themselves in position to get to the deadline trying at a piece or two, right?
Yeah, I mean, you look at him, this team still has growth, and what they're doing right now is just phenomenal to watch what Giannis is doing. But I think Malcolm Brogdon, we got to start talking about how solid he's been since he's been inserted into that starting lineup. It has fit extremely well, and you look at his numbers throughout the year, his numbers have gone into another level.
And a guy who's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. And you think about, on the other side with Houston, look, defending Giannis is its own thing. I mean, no one's really going to be able to do that incredibly well. You try and limit the other guys, right, as much as you can. Houston's been on a run, Grant, where we've talked a lot about James Harden, rightfully so, back in the MVP conversation, maybe as good as an offensive player as we have right now in the league, unbelievable performances. Does it change, however, the conversation about, hey, look, all the defense they lost last year? Because the Rockets are trying to win a championship, not trying to just win a higher seeding in the Western Conference.
Yeah, I mean, look, the way this team is constructed right now, I mean, obviously what made them special last year was on both sides of the ball.
Right.
They shot the ball extremely well as a team from the perimeter, and then defensively they were able to lock down, which was, that combination was really contributed to their success. Now it's sort of, let's outscore our opponent, and relying so heavily on the genius and the greatness of James Harden. And my question is, this run he's on has been great. Can he sustain that? And can you rely on him to do that, you know, throughout the season and most importantly in the playoffs when things kind of slow down a bit? Now, he's capable, but I worry, can they continue at this pace? They dug a hole. They've worked hard to get out of that hole. They're positioned in a good spot there. The West, no one ran away with things out there. But as great as he's been, this team is just not as good as they were last season.
Yeah, the other thing quickly is, and obviously CP3, you want to see a healthy part of it, but forget Golden State everybody talks about. Even against a team like an Oklahoma City right now, where you've got a defender like a Paul George, who again is a first-team defense type of a guy this year, and you've got the length of Westbrook. And then the other way, offensively, Smitty, the Rockets, as constituted now, are going to have a really hard time stopping that team from scoring. They're going to have a difficult time, I think, getting where they were a year ago.
You know, I think they went back to the years before, like we talked about last year, when they added Chris Paul and all that defense and Trevor Ariza and Luke Baamute. They're trying to just outscore you, and I think they're going to try to figure it out at the deadline to add somebody else. I love the pickup of Austin Rivers. I think he's been fantastic for them.
Yeah.
Defensively, he's shown that he's been able to guard a little bit. And then offensively, he's been a guy who can catch and shoot, but also he can put it in his hand, he can create his own. For them, it's going to come down to, can another guy take his game up to another level like Austin Rivers or the kid House Jr., one of those guys. And Eric Gordon is going to have to be special this year for them on both ends.
Well, LeBron's been